What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the channel. I'm Christopher Lee. This is Christopher Lee Shreds. Today we're talking about the Ibanez Tube Screamer, the TS9 Ibanez Tube Screamer to be exact. This pedal might be the most important pedal I've ever purchased because as a Marshall owner, even though I have a 100 watt 30th anniversary 6100 amp, I was never really happy with the third channel, that distortion, that high gain channel. Crutch channel sounded great, clean tones sounded great. This amp has better than normal clean tones, but I never was able to get a modern metal sound. At least nothing that I enjoyed, that felt good, or that could compare to, to the Line 6 AX212 combo that I've been using. But once I purchased this and put it through the front of the amp and adjusted some settings, this thing became what is known as a gain boost. It boosted the gains, made those harmonics scream, tightened up that low end. It basically did everything that the amp itself was lacking. It was missing those elements. This unlocked all those other sonic possibilities that this amp was lacking. And I'm sure it could do a lot more for people with other style. It doesn't have to be Marshall, but this did save me from not wanting this Marshall. And now I love it. It's probably the most epic piece of gear I've ever come across. But it wasn't until I threw this into the effects chain until that I really had my eyes opened as to what I was missing with the Ibanez TS9 Tube Screamer. Now there is a TS8. They're the same idea. This one's a bit more gainy, so I went with this one. But there's a few settings that I would use on here to there's not a lot, but there's a few I think that are essential settings. I'll show some pictures of them, and I'll give you a demo real quick using the Ibanez 2350 Les Paul lawsuit, baby. This thing rocks with a Marshall. So if you have a Marshall, a Les Paul, and a Tube Screamer, what other, I don't know what else you need. That's it. I mean, honestly, you could probably get away with nothing else. Nothing else. No reverb, no other effects. Just, if you have a Marshall and a TS9 and a Gibson or a Les Paul, that would be it. And this baby's equipped with Gibson burst bucker up here, Ibanez Super 70s Maximum pickup in the neck. So let's hear some tones. And like I said, I think this is an essential buy. $100 on Amazon. I'm not being sponsored. I spent my own money on here, so of course it's biased, and I have to not look like an idiot because I spent money on it. No, I'm just kidding. It took a little fiddling. When I first plugged it in, I was like, oh, that's it. It took a lot of fiddling to realize, okay, this setting here on the clean tone sounds like Stevie Ray Vaughan. This is blues. This is blues rock. And then, on the crunch tone, once you click this in as a boost, you can go from just a boost to your crunch, or you could add a lot more of the drive right here, get yourself some metal tones. Some like 80s classic metal tones. Or if your amp already has a third channel with lots of gain already added, you click this in, suddenly you're in the world of like metal, real metal. So, it does have a mid-range thing. Some people describe it as nasally, possibly. It doesn't really bother me. It kind of reminds me, especially on a clean channel, of like a cranked Fender. Hence the name Tube Screamer. It's like a cranked amp. So let's hear some tones. Let's sample it real quick. I'll show you a quick run through of some basic things that I use it for while I jam out. Let's check it out. Okay, let's check it out, YouTube. So this is my clean tone. Oh wait, is that my clean tone? Hold on. Oh, I'm on standby. It's okay, we're gonna roll with it. So, that is my clean tone. The Marshall 6100. This is the channel 1. You know, the only thing I've got really on here is the brightness. I've got the highs brightened up. Everything else is pretty standard. We're almost at 12 o'clock and everything. Well, not quite. Now, the Tube Screamer right now is going to be set essentially to a the gain boost setting, which is you're going to have your drive all the way down, the tone knob middle-ish. Sometimes you can have it all the way dark too if you really want a darker tone, and the volume cranked. So this is what that's going to do just to their clean tone. So you can hear right away that it went from a clean amp that's probably breaking up a little bit because of these burst buckers to a clean amp that is almost sounds like a cranked amp, like it's like if it could turn, you know, all the way to 10 and just be cranked. It would probably help to tune first, but it's okay. Let's do this real quick. Tuning issues aside, it is a vintage guitar. You know, that is going to be your clean tone just right away. I mean, and if you want to get, let's go ahead and jump into adjusting these knobs. So what if we just put everything basically at 12 on the clean tone? We're going to go 12 o'clock, everything at 12 on the clean tone, bridge position. That's going to give you kind of that bluesy, like the... See, it's very reactive too. Sounds great. Sounds killer. That's just what it's doing to a clean. You know, that is your kind of like your bluesy tone that you're that Stevie Ray Vaughan. I can't play like Stevie Ray Vaughan, I'm not trying to. So let's go ahead and go back to that gain boost position, which is the drive all the way down, the volume cranked up a little, and then about 12 o'clock on the tone position. Let's go into my crunch sound. So right now my crunch sound is kind of clean. Not too clean, I should say. It's very AC/DC. It's mellow. So let's hear what it sounds like with just that gain boost. So here it is. Let's do the old G chord. This is no screamer. And with it. Oh, okay, so sounds a little beefier. Much beefier. Let's go. No screamer, with screamer. So that's a very moderate gain boost. I wouldn't call it metal, but you're right there. Now let's crank up that drive up on the crunch channel and see exactly what it does. Oh, I didn't realize right now that my noise gate is a little strong. You don't need it that strong. That's a killer tone. That's kind of like a blackout. You know, you can get that kind of tone from it. These pickups are a little squeaky. There we go. We got to go on the adjust the noise gate to kill for this next. Monstrous tone. But, you know, as good as that sounds, that's not really what I go for when it comes to metal or anything else like that. I usually kill the drive, no drive, and tone about half-ish. This is the classic one. And then you just volume. And then we're going to go right here to the gain. Now, you're going to hear lots of noise. That's normal. That's Marshall. That noise right there that you're hearing, that's just, you got to deal with it. Without the noise gate, it just screams. As you can hear, there's a lot of squealing happening with this old guitar. Now for shits and giggles, we'll put in something a little bit more modern. But that did sound really good. So what we got to do now is just one last test, because without the squealing, without the noise, we'll put in this just before we're done here. But you can hear already the difference of what a TS9 will do and how it will give you those metal tones. Sorry for the noise. Metal tones. But, you know, sometimes you're looking for metal tones. So besides the hum with the modern guitar, it sounds extremely metal. So thank you for watching. I hope you've gotten some sort of tone out of there, that TS9 that you enjoyed. Pick them up. They're cheap. They enhance everything. They're like the garlic salt of tonnage. Later.